Hey guys, it's Taylor again, coming to you with another vlog. The last one was about the intake that I was possibly going to be getting. Still might be happening, so that'll be cool. I'm excited to hear the turbo noises from this thing. I know that I mentioned Kerma TDI. I'm going to try and get their tuner as well, because that is looking like, you know, the best bang for buck, you know? So we'll see what happens. Just pretty much go from there. Sorry guys, it's still early for me. Right now I'm just cruising, gonna go get my girlfriend some food, take it to her work for her lunch break. You know, if I don't hit every red light, that is, because looks like that's what's happening. But yeah guys, new intake soon from Kerma TDI. That'll be cool. I still need to put my Eibach Lowering Springs on. But I don't even know like really what to do videos of right now. Like I'm not sure, because I need to get time to go record my friend's car, which maybe I can do that Sunday, one of them anyway, depending on what time. I think he works on Sunday though, so that sucks. But I think he has Tuesdays off, and Tuesday I don't work until later, so I might be able to do something Tuesday. I'll message him. And then one of my other friends, I need to find time to go down to his place so I can look at a couple of his cars. One thing on this car is I really wish, you know, it had an intake so I could hear the turbo, you know, possibly flutter if it would do that. But, you know, I also wish it had an exhaust, and there's some things probably just going to have to possibly, I actually don't know. I don't have access to a welder anymore, but there is someone else that I can talk to about doing it. I just have to measure the pipe still. Start getting over, try to not speed, because cops love to pull me over. If I had to count how many times I've been pulled over in my life, I got to use like all 10 of my toes, all 10 of my fingers. It's bad. It's really bad. And some of it's not even for like speeding or anything like that. Half the time, no, it kind of was. There was one time where it wasn't, where I was just cruising along with a temporary tag and a 95 Civic. Oh, I can tell you about that car. You know what? I can tell you about all my cars, actually. This video can be about the past vehicles that I have owned. Two of them don't really count. They were two trucks. So when I turned 16, my dad got me it, and I was making the payments on it. And the truck was just a little too big. Ooh, check out this BMW though. Oh, I think I know exactly who that is, actually. Give him a little wave. But no, so anyway, back to the cars. Well, two trucks. So my grandparents, they had a truck, and I was gonna pay them $5,000. Don't know if he saw me. Probably not. Anyway, my grandparents had a vehicle, and I was going to be giving them $5,000. It was I think it was a 12 valve Cummins. And so I was looking at, you know, doing that, but then my uncle was like, no, that's mine. You can't sell that to him, when it wasn't. My grandparents used that for hay and stuff like that. So, you know, whatever. Okay, big deal. The next vehicle I got was a 2004 Mazda 3 S. So it was the 2.3 liter, made 160 horsepower. I would honestly race with that car, and third gear ended up going out. Completely blew third gear. You know, there was times where like it would kick out at first, like where I could drive with it, and it would like, you know, just kick itself out. Yeah, no, when I sold that car, third gear didn't work. It had 200 and some thousand, I think it was 203,000 miles. Had brand new tires though, brand new wheels and tires. But yeah, and then during the time of owning the Mazda 3, I turned 18 and I was able to go test drive cars. Well, there was a dealership here that had right-hand drive vehicles. And I was like, oh, cool, you know what, I just want to go check them out, like, see if they'll take me for a test drive. And one gentleman, Anthony, I believe was his name, could be wrong, he was like, yeah, you know, let's go for a test drive. So he puts me in a GTST Skyline. It was a little bit modded, nothing big, and we were spinning through 2nd and 3rd on the highway, getting onto it, and then we came back, and he's like, alright, you want to know a fun car to drive? This blue car right here. And I looked, it was a Nissan Pulsar GTIR. Never heard anything about it, started doing a ton of research after this. I took it for a test drive because he's like, you know, you're gonna drive this all-wheel drive, you know. I think it was a T28 turbo, made 220 horsepower roughly, I think, on that one. Had a massive front mount though, so it had a few things done to it. Exhaust sounded good. Full interior on this one. Alright, that was in April. You know, I'm still in high school. At least I think. Yeah, 2016. Yeah. So after I graduate, my best friend's like, yo, we're gonna take a trip to Mexico. You wanna go? Sure. You know, whatever. Literally, like, the week before that, I picked up my second car. And as you guessed, it was a Nissan Pulsar GTIR. But this one was white. Completely gutted. Absolutely gutted. It had 2 seats and a Japanese road flare that expired in '96. It had a turbo timer. It had an upgraded turbo, as the dealership said. Don't know if that's true or not. Anyway, bought that. Did a few things to that. Put a boost gauge in it. One of the vacuum lines wasn't hooked up, so at that first, so it was pretty much just running on wastegate pressure, I think, at that time. Boost gauge that was like in the center over here, like it wouldn't work. It just didn't work. Took it to one of my friends because it started having like spark issues, a little misfire. Did 4 spark plugs, connected that hose, or no, sorry, it wasn't a hose, it was the mass airflow sensor, or MAP, one of the two. One of those wasn't connected. I couldn't remember which one it was, sorry guys. So that wasn't connected, and we reconnected that, teed in to do a boost gauge, and also did a ready manual boost controller. Turned the boost up to 17 PSI. That was fun. There was a 450 horsepower Subaru. Couldn't walk away from me. I was maybe making 250 all-wheel horsepower. Close ratio gearbox. Car weighed nothing. It was quick. I ended up crashing that car racing an Audi. Audi and I were going down the street one way. Walked him. Turned around. Come back the other way. Car pulled out in front of me. Couldn't see it. Didn't see him until it was too late, because I was looking, you know, to see where the Audi was. And in that split second, next thing I know, there's a car right there. I slammed on my brakes, and oh, that car was history. Now, the next car I got, I still had my Mazda at the time. Came back from Mexico. My parents were like, don't sell that car. And I was like, well, I'm going to. I'm getting a 95 Civic. Mistake on my part. I sold it. A month later, not even a month later, the guy blew it up. Granted, I didn't really take care of that car, so that's, yeah. But the Civic, I didn't have a title to it. I didn't have keys to it. I couldn't lock it. You could start it with anything. And a couple days before Christmas, little bit before that, my friends were talking about how they were gonna take my car and move it somewhere. Fast forward to, I think, the 23rd of December, and my car is gone. I'm supposed to be to work. I'm like, I call up him. I'm like, "Where's my car? Where is this? Like, are you serious right now?" He's like, "What do you mean? We didn't move it." Cool. Alrighty then. So my car was stolen. Found it, riddled with garbage and junk and just disgusting. And then the VTEC solenoid goes out while I'm driving. Oil light comes on, and I'm like, "Oh, hey there." Fill it up with oil. Alright, and it just poured it. I worked 30 minutes away. The oil light would like come on, and then I'd fill it up. And that same day, I fixed the VTEC solenoid. It was just a little gasket. Sorry, the VTEC solenoid gasket went out. And while I had this Civic, I made another mistake for a purchased car. Sight unseen. I bought a Nissan Skyline GTST, RB20 single turbo. Heater didn't work, AC didn't work. Well, the heater worked when it was not recirculating, I should say. And so that sucked. It was in the middle of winter that I had this car, right? Rear wheel drive. Had to get brand new tires. That, you know, that cost a pretty penny, you know, but I could afford it at the time, kind of. I was in debt thanks to a couple other things. But got the Skyline, all right? Yeah, cool. Wow, amazing. You own a Skyline. You're so cool. No, that Skyline? No, first turbo went out, all right? I was promised for this X amount of money, it'll be fixed. Said person goes away, go to the place where it was, and let them know, "Hey, this is what said person said." "Oh yeah, no, we can't do that." Why? "Because so and so has all the connections." Okay, well that's what he told me. So, nope, you have to find a stock turbo for it. Alright, found a stock turbo. They ended up dropping it, wastegate arm, and where the wastegate sits wouldn't open thanks to them dropping it. There goes $75 down the drain. Yeah, oh, $75, big whoop. Then I find another one, $200. It had a little bit of shaft play, but I wanted to get the car running. It sat for, I think, from March to May. My friend came up, we put that turbo on, started up, a little hesitation on idle. Learned that the side mount intercooler was a little bit disconnected, so it was throwing everything off. Got that all reconnected, got the car to run. Wonderful, loved it. It ran for a total of a week and a half, and the second turbo blew up and the car started knocking. So that ended up knocking. It wasn't even on me, it was on my friend. We were thinking about trading cars. B20 VTEC Civic for a 91 Skyline GTST. 4-door, too, with some really expensive and rare wheels. Didn't happen. Yeah, whatever, it's fine. Next car, so far, has been my favorite. My Fiat 500 Abarth, which you guys already know all about, so don't really need to go into that. Only thing about it is it was tuned, it was fast, made gunshot noises. Picked that up for, you know, after I got rid of the Civic. I actually traded my Civic in for it. They gave me $200 for the Civic. Just gonna take it. Didn't have a title. They ended up getting the title and they sold the car. Good for them. I hated that Civic. I beat the crap out of it. Ooh, the police. Oh, she getting out of the car. Ooh, it's serious. Anyway, guys, I'm almost to my stop. Last car, the Volkswagen. You guys have already seen me talk about this. Anyway, guys, that's the story of my cars that I had. The turbo diesel truck, forgot to mention, my dad and I, we straight piped it. Day one, we straight piped it. It was loud, it was proud, and it was pretty fun. So yeah, guys, see ya. Sorry it's a longer video. Enjoy. Double G.